guys, I got the engine completed. Got the wiring harness on. What's up with these freaking birds? Polished the intake top. Got the ATS throttle body inlet. BHT high heat paint on the heat shield. And for right now, since this pandemic and they shut my unemployment off, I'm gonna put the CT26 on there for now, and we'll upgrade later. Yeah, I really can't afford it with no money coming in to get the turbo I want. But so I got the eBay downpipe. It's got a design flaw. Look how they put the O2 sensor bunge, which should have been probably right there, but they got one bolt hiding under the heat shield. But oh well, what do you want for $75? It's actually a decent grade of stainless, and the welds are pretty good. So yeah, so this is all finished. I cleaned up the wiring harness, taped up, got new electrical tape on everything. The old Toyota electrical tape was getting dry. Yeah, so everything's refreshed. And here I just cleaned up the trans, painted that. God, what a pain this is, man. See, I had to wire wheel so many intricate little sections of this. You guys that painted these know what I'm talking about, or just clean them in general. Real pain, but oh well, it's looking cool now. Put rust protection on all the engine mounts because they seem to get rusty first, and got a base coat clear coat on the casing itself. All the bolts are clean. Got CRC corrosion protection on all the bolts. New slave cylinder, base coat clear coated that because you'll never see it, so why not? And I'm just waiting on my ball bearing bushings from TCS, and yeah, just gotta mate these two together now, man. But it's looking pretty cool. I did sand this paint off so the starter can ground well. You got to do that, and I did sand right there to make sure this ground. You guys, both of these, this ground, this goes to your starter. That one connects right there, and both of these go to the firewall. They ground on the body of the car. There's your speedo cable input. God, I'm getting deja vu from my other transmission video. But anyways, guys, yeah, gonna make these two up and get it in the car. Look at this, guys. They think I'm the mother getting them food. Just hatched. Awesome. They're like, yep, back to sleep. Alright guys, in the garage here, I got the AFM all painted and clear coated to make it look a little nicer. Just got an eBay filter on it. I didn't go with like you got a K&N like I got over here. I just can't see paying, you know, $100 for an air filter when it doesn't sound any different and there is no horsepower gain. So I just go with the $15 eBay filter, and then when you need to replace it, you just pay another 15 bucks. Got all the hoses cleaned up, and I put that Shizitsu grease on them, and it looks better than brand new, man, believe it or not. And it softens them up too. So yeah, clean those too. Got the engine bay looking pretty clean. Yeah, I installed fuel gauge right there. You can see the A&N hose that's going to go down to the fuel filter, and I got a splitter on the filter. So it's just nice to have. I'm going to start doing that to all these belts, putting maybe an oil pressure gauge too. And here is the engine all complete, ready to go. I'm gonna drop this down on the floor, put the clutch in, you know, flywheel clutch and all that, and then we'll mate it up with a nice, pretty tranny right there. Man, that thing looks good. Too bad you'll barely see it when it's in the car, but at least I will know it's clean. And yeah, guys, you know what? The hardest part of this build was getting the goddamn alternator built from AutoZone, man. Jesus. He gave me one. I kind of knew it was a little big, so I had to go back. Then the guy had to go back like 4 times in the back and finally came up with something that worked. I don't know what's up with AutoZone lately, but it's not my go-to auto store lately, that's for sure. And over here, guys, on the other car, I have all this stuff's redone. I redone the wipers, painted them. It's all dusty because I done it a long time ago. I got the pillar pod. A lot of guys don't like pillar pods. I love them, man. It gets everything out of the way. Yeah, I got the double pod. New brake cables, e-brake, emergency brake cables. I got 2 of those. I got a voltmeter. I had that, so I figure I'll use it, you know, what the hell. And I got the autometer. Both of these are autometer boost gauge. I love these gauges, guys. To me, it's the best, at least mechanical gauge you can buy. I've tried many of them, and I always go back to this one. So, okay, let's get this thing together, man. Alright, boys, got the engine on the floor. Just got it off the engine stand. As you can see, I don't know if the lighting is pretty bad, but I got the flywheel all ground down and resurfaced. That's looking sweet. Got the XCD clutch, stage 2. So I'll have a stock pedal feel. Alright, guys, new clutch is in. Flywheel bolts torqued down to 80 foot-pounds with Loctite on them. And I also put Loctite on the 6 pressure plate bolts too. It doesn't say you have to, but I just put a little bit on there just to, you know, you can never get to those bolts again. So 14 foot-pounds on those, and we're gonna hook this tranny up. I got the, as you can see in there, I got the Toyota throwout bearing and anti-seize. I put on the shaft and on that ball that this clutch fork snaps into, put anti-seize on that, along with the rod right there, if I can even get it with the camera, the slave cylinder rod. Put a little on that, and the fork indentation there, and then you don't have to worry about squeaking. Alright, guys, those of you that were paying close attention, I forgot to put the tranny plate on, so I had to take it all apart. Man, I've done that before too, so try to remember that goes on first. Alright, guys, got the engine all together. I'm going to slide this under the car in a second. Got the transmission on, looking good. Got the starter on. Put some new heat wrap on that one coolant hose, the old, that comes from the factory with that wrap, so I just put some new heat wrap on it. It came from the factory that way. So, yeah, the front mount that goes towards the front of the car, I leave that off. Like, that's still sitting up here. I find it really easy to get these engines in if you're just dealing with this mount and this one right here on the front of the engine. And as you can see when you look in the engine bay, I leave that aluminum mount and I just guide it up into those 2 bolts, and then we can deal with this mount right here. And once those 2 are in, then you can put the front mount in. As you can see, I got it off right now, those 4 bolts. And then you can deal with the rear mount once you get the cross member here on. So that's the way I do it, guys. Always up for an easier way if you guys know, but that works for me. So I'm gonna get this done here, slide it under the car. Alright boys, you can see you got the engine with the chain fall on it in the engine bay here. I just do some rags over the valve cover in case anything drops. It won't scratch anything. But yeah, now I'm going to lift it up and I'm going to guide it in with my 2 Harbor Freight jacks there. Okay guys, the engine has been fighting me all day, but I got it in. I'm doing this all by myself, so it's a little rough, but with the help of my 2 Harbor Freight buddies here, and a winch, I got it in, man. Actually, getting in wasn't half as bad as getting the transmission onto the engine itself by myself. That sucked, man. It took me like a freaking hour. It was just fighting me the whole time. I don't know why. But yeah, guys, it's coming along here. Trying to get a decent camera angle for you guys. I just made some brackets for this because what every MR2 owner does is remove all the stock air cleaner stuff and air filter, I mean. So yeah, I just built some brackets right there and one right there, and that's like really sturdy. It's even more sturdy once this part is, but I ended up scratching the hell out of that blow off valve piece. I actually got it painted right there. Looking pretty cool. I know it's a little detail, but all these little details add up, guys. So, oh my god, that is looking like glass. Hopefully the wind don't blow it on the ground and I have to redo it. But yeah, so I got a lot of shit to do still. I gotta polish the other side of the intake. A bunch of shit. Plug everything in, fill it with coolant, fill it with oil, and yeah, so it's coming along. Alright guys, just show you the front brake calipers. I just put these together. I got them base coated, clear coated. They're looking awesome, man. You know, I used to powder coat my calipers, but I found out the powder coat, the urethane actually lasts longer. I mean, not against brake fluid, but as for heat, I don't know why. I powder coated a few of my calipers and it didn't really last. It started flaking on me, and I started base coat clear coating them, and it seems to last longer. So maybe got some bad powder coat, I don't know. But yeah, I got the old MR2 logo on there. Even painted the little plate inside for the brake pad. I don't know, I think it looks cool. But yeah, even got the front rotors painted. Some guys will say, oh my god, you're not supposed to paint a rotor. You know what, I've been doing it my whole life. And here in Detroit, we do work for Chrysler, Ford, and GM. And I at least know Chrysler etch primes their rotors now, and I'm sure the other companies do too. So that puts an end to that. Alrighty, guys, here is the underneath of the MR2. See, got the axles coated, recoated that right there. And you probably wonder, oh, you never see that, Mike. Why did you finish that? Well, I done an etching primer, a green etching primer, and then I'm thinking, well, it's going to reflect on the Burke, the finish of the Burke exhaust. So I didn't want the finish to reflect green. So I know it sounds silly, but yeah. So I painted that silver with some high heat paint, engine paint. Got the struts on right now. I got the springs and the strut housings powder coated with new strut inserts in there, KYB struts, and yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I got a lot of work to do up there. New clutch line, But yeah, I'll get to that as soon as I can jack the front of the car up. Okay guys, I have the cross member, which is all force painted and clear coated. Got the roll bar all redone too, and I got the Burke B pipe. I like to install that when I have the cross member off. It's so much easier. And yeah, I'm gonna slide this under the car, get this on, and I got some more suspension parts to clean up, but yeah, get this together. Okay boys, almost done. Look at that. Oh yeah, I love this part. I love this part of the build when it's almost done. As you can see, I polished the hot pipe. That looks pretty cool. That cold pipe is just a 45 elbow I got off eBay. It's a 3-inch stainless steel pipe. Just had to cut it to length. And the dog won't quit barking. As you can see guys, I removed the emissions. You don't need emissions on cars this old. I don't know about California, but yeah, so just to clean it up a bit, remove the emissions, and made some brackets to hold the AFM, and God, that looks way cleaner than the stock airbox. Like I said, fuel pressure gauge, got the boost controller right down there. I'm gonna set this thing to about I don't know, around 17 psi, just to make it a little more modern. This engine can handle 17 psi on stock pistons if you have a metal head gasket, no problem. So yeah guys, and if you're wondering why I go through the attention to detail, I just don't want things to rust, and you know, and if I keep it or if I pass it on to the next guy, you know, it's gonna last. So that's why I go through all this and I coat everything. But I think it looks pretty cool, and hopefully it runs. Guys, it's always scary and excited when you go to start an engine for the first time. I don't care if you just put a head gasket on or a full rebuild, but yeah, we'll see. So I'm gonna connect a few more things, put some fluids in this thing, and see if it starts. Alright, so we got the fluids in. I got coolant, Toyota red coolant in it. Just put some 10W30 in it, and let's got the Burke exhaust going, and let's there it is, boys. Well, I can't lie to you guys, this isn't the first time I started it, but sounds pretty good to me. Well, it actually is warm, guys. When I started for the first time, I totally forgot about the camera. I got excited. But let's check the vacuum on this. The rings aren't completely seated. See if I can do this with one hand. Look at that, guys. A nice 20 pounds of steady vacuum. And the rings aren't even seated, so that is a damn good sign. What's up, you dirty birds? Look at these guys. Look how much bigger they got. Just a couple days. Crazy. Hilarious. Okay guys, here we are a few days later. I got everything kind of completed. I got the crossbar on, of course base coat clear coated. we're gonna start this up again, and I'll let you hear it without that rattling. You guys probably thought that sounded like crap in the last few clips, but I'll let you hear it now. Okay guys, for those of you that actually follow the channel, I actually gotta thank you guys, man. I never thought I'd hit 1,000 subscribers. I hardly put out videos. You guys are awesome. But hey guys, like I said, for those of you that follow the channel, you know this is the Chicago MR2, and I'm gonna reveal this probably in the next video. I'm just waiting on some lowering springs, and I'm going to redo the front suspension. It's sitting up so high right now, it kind of looks like a 4x4, so I don't want to show it to you guys like that. So waiting for the lowering springs, and yeah, that's about a wrap, guys. Engine's running good, pulling 22 pounds of vacuum now. I took it for a ride. Transmission's shifting awesome. Yeah, this is a cool car now. Anyway guys, thanks a lot to all you subscribers, and take it easy.